Good evening. This is Modified Darvas Box, MDB, and I'm coming at you with another video. Took me forever to do the video again because I did it yesterday and I realized I hadn't plugged in the microphone properly and I just lost all my mojo. You know, all the energy was just gone for doing it because everything I wanted to say I said yesterday. But here we are. It's Sunday night. It's what time is it? It's 8:42 p.m. October 22nd, and I'm doing a weekend review again. And this time we're going to cover some bonus S&P 500 forecast updates at the end. So stick around and take a look. For everybody who has never watched one of my videos before, I'm looking for signals here in the upper right corner, hopefully, or in the right side, and looking for actionable signals which maybe are worth trading off of, or at least taking note of. My system is based off the book How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas, and but I do have a few secret sauce items which none of you guys will figure out. But it's a blend of technicals and fundamentals. So let's get into it and get through these quickly because I know people are busy and we got other things to do. All right, start up here. I've got 6 lists here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of stocks and indexes I follow. This is the index list, and at the top is the AMZ. And as we can see, the AMZ, I've got some of these MLPs in my income portfolio. And what I love about this is they pay income, but more important, the price is in the upper right corner. And if you know anything about markets, you know that prices that are up in the upper right corner tend to stay and keep going into the upper right corner. And the opposite is also true. If prices are down here in the lower right corner, they tend to keep going down into the lower right corner. So something to keep in mind when you're looking at charts. But there are a lot of signals, so let's take a look. So the markets have basically gone to shit, and I'm pretty sure you noticed that. And I'm looking at a lot of negative Darvas box breakdown signals and a lot of stuff that looks like this. This is RK, Kathy Wood. Yeah, she hasn't made a nickel in forever, so she's pretty much irrelevant, but I keep track of it just in case. What do I got here? Oil, BZJ, this is proxy for oil. Attempted a Darvas box breakout, but it pulled in, which is a little surprising. But if we are going into recession, it makes sense that oil would be weakening, oil demand. So we'll see what happens with that. This is a bit more important, the NASDAQ. That's a Darvas box breakdown. Volume is low, but, you know, I'm a little worried about these Bollinger Bands expanding, but we'll see where this goes. Right now, this is just very negative. In fact, the only saving grace is that volume was low. There shouldn't really be much bullish on your screen, although crypto, Ethereum, that's a Darvas box breakout right there. That's bullish. Crypto is like the only bullish stuff I've got. FFTY, proxy for growth stocks, very bearish. Darvas box breakdown, and look, you had a right before it. So the colors on my charts all mean something here. This color here and this type of bar is called a shooter bar or an inverse hammer. And basically, when you see the signal, you're then looking to trade off the reaction to the signal. Signal and then reaction. The way you would have played this one is basically go after it as soon as it hit the low of the signal bar, and voila, look at that. Anybody who went after that is making money. And look here, back in July, you had another shooter bar here, which also was, the top. Ever since then, it's been down Market shifted back around August 1st. That's when the really smart guys punched out. China, nothing going. Oh yeah, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's the other really bullish item here. 2 weeks ago, a Darvas box breakout. Pulled in, last week, sort of futzed around, gave us an opportunity to get in if we were interested. Now it blew higher. I was a buyer this past week, right? Just a smidge over 22, so let's call it 22. And I think this and Ethereum are two of the most bullish things on the board out there. Oh, make it also the other one, gold. Right here, gold, Darvas box breakout. Now, I'm not buying any gold, but for anybody who's interested in gold, now's the time. Look here, a hammer bar right here. That's a bullish signal. I circled it because it's a great example. The way you would have played it is if you are interested in gold, you see this signal bar, and then the next week, if it goes above it, you are a buyer. And anybody who grabbed that in the low 170s, well, now you got a 10-point gain. Good job. There's a lot more bearish stuff, though. High yield bonds heading down in this big Darvas box range, not good. There's that shooter bar signal, and anybody who went after it is making money. Sideways there. Housing keeps going down. Housing peaked right here about August 1st. And look here ever since. Red, 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 red. Smidge green by some crazy people. Then back to red, 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 red. I mean, come on. Is there anything bearish, bullish in here? No. It's all bearish. Should be avoiding housing. Microcaps, Darvas box breakdown, starting to accelerate to the downside. That's not good. More bearishness. IWM, Russell 2000, Darvas box breakdown. Gee, are you sensing a pattern here? I'm beginning to sense a pattern. It's bearish out there, folks. It sucks. Shooter bar with a signal resolution to the downside. What else we got here? Healthcare, pink bar signal. Now, pink bar means pay attention. It means the market could be on the verge of making a trend decision. And right here, it could be looking to go down or even up. I mean, we just don't know. Or maybe sideways. We had one back here and it didn't really do anything. So here's another one, but look at the volume there. That's pretty big volume. Would I be interested in healthcare right now? No, not really. But maybe if it broke the top of that bar, maybe. Transportation, nothing. Up. Equal weight NASDAQ 100. Equal weight. That looks like a box breakdown. Bearish, more bearish. QQQs. Probably the strongest tech proxy. Sideways, but threatening for a breakdown, but hasn't had one yet. RSP, ugh. I like this one, and look at that. Just straight down ever since late July, beginning of August. That's when everything turned. The people who are forward-looking in August weren't looking at the day in August, but were looking at the future. They sold, they got it right. I tweeted about my own warnings. Everything's going to start changing. I was doing that before Labor Day. So technically I was in August, but I was more like mid-August or something. And I was calling for change because that's what the forecasts were doing. It was all changing. We trade off forecasts. We don't trade off what's happening today. Although today is important, but what's more important is what's coming in the future. This one, inflation. It's not going down at the moment. So interest rates or inflation may be going sideways, but it's not going up either. What do we got here? Semiconductors. Darvas box breakdown. Big red volume. And the same deal here. Shooter bar last week. Last week was full of signals. Tons of signals. Last weekend you should have been looking at the signals and preparing yourself for possible breakdown this week. That's all you need to do. Watch for the signals and then prepare yourself for the next week. That's it. Trading isn't that hard if you follow the signals. S&P 500, pink bar, uh-oh. Again, that means pay attention, and it means it could go any direction, so you got to be prepared. Personally, I think the odds are probably down, but we'll see what happens. SPY is confirming that. Sentiment, T2106, shot up and now shot right back down. This might be irrelevant right here, but peaks and valleys. What is this? T2107, 200-day. Yep, all heading downwards. Still a ways to go until we get to the green ultimate buy signal. T2108, stocks percentage above the 40-day. Only 18% of stocks are above its 40-day moving average. That's pretty bearish. Big change from August when it was way up here. Everything changed. Why? Because the outlook changed. TAN keeps going down. I've been publicly bashing solar. I think solar sucks. But this one confirms it. And right here, this color, you got an inside week. An inside week is sort of like a mini box. Just put a line here. Put another line down there. See the signal. And then trade the reaction the week after. So easy. Had one right here also. Look at that. That one was pretty tight. Stay the course, and you'd be making a bunch of money. But overall, the TAN is just awful. Avoid. Treasuries. Yep, nobody wants to own treasuries. I don't blame them. Here's the treasury, 10-year treasury. You want to know where treasuries are going? I'll show you where it's going. We got to go on the monthly view for this. So you see that line I drew here? I tweeted about this months ago. We are headed towards the 1971 lows. Or conversely, the 2007 highs, 2006 and 2007 highs. Either way, that's about 5.3%, and we're almost there. In fact, I tweeted it, we were going there, and I bet I should look up those tweets because it's more proof that I'm right. But that's where we're heading. I tried to tell them. Uranium. Well, there's an inside week here. The reaction sort of muted. Triggered on the downside but didn't stick, so that's a little hard to say. But overall, it's an uptrend. Just a slow one. Oh, what else we got here? VIX is going up, yeah. Oh, what is this one? Commercial real estate. That looks like a Darvas box breakdown. Ugh, more bearishness. Are we sensing a theme here? I think so. If you're thinking about long trades, you're just insane. The environment sucks. If there is a long trade, it better be a fantastic looking signal. That's all I can say. Home builders, same deal here. Shooter bar, resolved to the downside. Bears are making money. XLE, ugh, shooter bar. But we'll see if this result, which way this goes this week. Not that I'm gonna trade that one, but Just take a note of it. Pink bar and XLF. Nothing good's coming out of XLF. So that's it on the indexes. Let's go to, oopsie, let's go to the number 2, list 2. List 2 is the big volume textbook box breakout leaders list. And notice because of the market, there's very few on it. So I've got AMR because this is technically a box breakout still. It has not formed a new Darvas box. But you see it had an inside week here. Right here, you draw the line. I sold out. I was long over here and I sold out there at the red circle. I should tighten this up there. There we go. And price has kept going down, formed another inside week there, but threatening to break down again. And this is probably where it's going, this zone. Probably coming down here. It's probably going to meet up with my moving average. It's slowly moving higher. Here, let's draw a line. Something like that. That's where AMR is going, somewhere right like there. But still technically bullish. BTU, another coal. I'm long this one from the blue circle right here, but I'm clinging by my fingernails. But if I get stopped, I get stopped. No big deal. Fro, this is bullish. Look at that. Box breakout right there. That's oil tankers. A very difficult one to trade though. Not easy. Geo, the value stock du jour, box breakout, sort of going sideways a bit, but if you own it, you should be long it. Your line in the sand is around, well, call it $8. ZS had a box breakout here 2 weeks ago, but it went up, gave a bearish signal, now coming down, and frankly, this is the worst looking box breakout here because if anything's going to fail, it'll fail on week 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably go splat next week. But if it doesn't, well, that'll be interesting. No position. All right, let's go to list 3. Bullish stuff, but not quite textbook. CCJ, the uranium of choice. What is this right here? Why do I have that here? Uranium, inside week last week. It triggered, it looks like on the upside, but barely. That might be a good potential long. It's worth looking at. If we remove this lower, that might be a good buy trigger zone. Not that I love this one, but it's in an uptrend and we know that the fundamentals are bullish. There's nothing wrong with this one. That one's got a lot of potential. All right, I'm putting that on my list. Dell going sideways, bullish though. This one, a little, well, this is weird. And then that's sort of a bullish bar. This one's not easy. Just keep an eye on it. Oh, Netflix. I forgot about this one. Very bullish. Look at that. Look at that green volume. Something's up with Netflix. I don't have Netflix, but look at that. 2 bullish blue bars within 3 weeks. If we draw a line across the top, let's put an alert here. That could be very interesting on the bullish side. So you see, even though the market sucks, if we get a very strong bullish signal, we have to mark it and consider it. I'm going to look at that one further. All right, list 4, bearish, showing bearish characteristics. Okay, sell H. This was one of my best trades of 2023. Bought back here back in April. Rode it all the way up here for a double. We had an inside weak form right there. There's the trigger line. I sold somewhere down here because price moved pretty fast. And then we got a pink bar signal. Market's trying to make up its mind. Then an inside weak, but tried to trigger it. An awful environment, didn't stick. And now, well, now I don't know what it's doing. Well, let's wait for a real signal. ELF, the darling. Frickin' fantastic trade, and then it's all gone to crap. Right here, there's that inside weak. Right here. I traded it 3 times. In, out, in, out, in, out. Solidly profitable, but nothing like here to here. Now we got white bar sell signal. Huge red volume. You know, the bears are in control here because of this big giant red volume. Until a big green bar hits, the bears are in control. This big red bar here tells you the bears are likely in control. And we got white bar sell signal, inside weak, resolved the downside, inside weak, tried to go up because bulls are nuts. Failed, and now it looks like it's setting up for downside next week. We'll see what happens. But definitely not on the bullish list. GLBE, yep, weight bar sell signal. This one has potential for going down like that for a box breakdown, but not yet. Tesla, white bar sell signal. I shorted some right down here at the bottom edge of the Darvas box here at 213. And we'll see what happens this next week if it keeps going down. Volume, well, volume wasn't huge, but this is bearish looking. TTD, signal, bearish white bar signal. Time to get out of Dodge. Trend is maybe changing. Workday a month ago, bearish white bar signal. Hammer bar, as the bulls who love it think it's a buying opportunity, but as the market rolls over, so is price. I expect this one to come back down to like something like this. Well, we'll see what happens. Number 5. All right, we got to get a move on here. I think we're, what, 20 minutes in? Workday. Okay, list 5. List 5 is the avoids. All the stocks in this list should look awful because these are stocks, if they're in this list, you know, we don't want to even consider playing them unless we get a signal. Apple, I shorted it here, covered here, and now it's been sort of this messy sideways range, but it looks like to me the moving average is slowly rolling over. I think it's going to do worse. Airbnb, Darvas box breakdown. AEHR, Darvas box breakdown, and this is just fugly. Look at that. This stock is over for now. Everybody loved it. Next. Are you sensing a theme here? Bearish, bearish, bearish. I think you're sensing a theme. I'm sensing a theme. Market's telling us that the environment stinks. AI, well, inside weak here on AI, but I'm not interested in this one. Unless, I'd be interested in this if we got a green bar that's roughly about this high. That would get me interested. Until then, AMD. Lots of people on Twitter were tweeting how AMD was on the move. Look at this. There's no volume here anywhere. What are you people thinking? Are you on crack? You're not on crack, are you? Unbelievable. People just don't know how to read charts. I'm sorry. Amazon, inside, but very hard to judge. Probably down. Below the moving average, no thanks. Below it, no thanks. Moving down. And look at that. Shooter bar, downward resolution. I mean, come on, folks. Easy peasy. Bros. I kind of think this one is going to be good for maybe once it gets to here and the middle of 2024, maybe. So I'm just stashed it here and I'm keeping an eye on it. No signals yet. Crocs, nothing there. Dash. Oh, Darvas box breakdown right here. Volume's low, but price is in the wrong spot right here. We'll see what happens. Yuck. ENPH, the solars. It's funny how some people who are in love with solars were so pissed that I shorted it, but I shorted it here, covered here, realized I made a mistake, so I re-shorted it here. Shooter bar signal, it did not hit the top, the line here, so I left it alone. Then a hammer signal right here, and I set it again, and it hit here this week. And then what did it do? It barfed. So, that's the way it goes. I missed out, but just more reasons for me to be pissed off about solar. First solar, I was short this also. White bar sell signal. Tried to short it, covered real quick, wasn't working. Shorted again, right in here. Wrote it down. Signal bar here, place it at the top. What happens? Price hit it. And I'm out. A little higher there. We'll make this less big. Yep, right there. I'm out. Solid trade. Fastly. Oh, this should be renamed slowly, not fastly. White bar sell signal. Now, trend looking down. And if the Bollinger Bands expand, this is in real trouble. Maybe going down to 9 or 10. This one, box breakdown, nothing going on. Monday, I bought Monday back here in May, and I held it all through this junk pile in here, and then finally got stopped out over here, and I'm glad I did, because as price goes down, that looks like it's going to keep going further. Net, no reason to own net. Box breakdown. Oh, this one's box breakdown, not going down. This one here, Darvas box breakdown on volume. See, everything just looks awful. The market just sucks. This one, I remember back here in July when this barfed here and made the pink bar. So many people came out saying this is a good company. This has got so much potential. It's a leader, blah, blah, blah. All I was like, pink bar signal, giant pink bar signal, giant red volume, it's done. And look here, Darvas box breakdown again. There's nothing happening here. It's probably going to go down to 7 maybe. That's my guess. Avoid. Oracle, giant pink bar with a giant red volume. This one's done for now. No reason to own it. That was your warning shot, and now look at it. One thing on Oracle, I'm going to show you something. It started here. Bullish yellow bar signal. Went all the way up, and then signaled again. If we look for the signals, that I didn't buy this one, but if we look for the signals, The market tells us what to do. All we gotta do is pay attention. This one, nothing there. Roblox. So this is up 4 weeks in a row, but there's no signals and there's no real pattern, so we'll just keep an eye on that one. Rig, Darvas box breakdown. Volume is low, but that's the market dragging stuff down. Rivian. God, people were so excited about this one a month ago, and then it just got its ass kicked right here. White bar sell signal and a box breakdown. Big red volume. Yeah, this one's toast. It's done for now. Maybe 10 or 12. That's where it's going. I don't know. That's a guess. Roku. I shorted this one up here. I covered right here because there was no big red volume or anything. I guess I should have kept it because now it's doing worse. But again, the volume is sort of low, so we'll see how that goes, but no position. This one, shop. Oh wow, look at this. It's got a Darvas box range here, bearish white bar signal here, inside week here, and then 2 shooters in a row. I tell you, if this is screaming it wants to go lower, or it's setting up to. If it doesn't, that'll be pretty impressive. So make a note of that one. Maybe that's a short. SoFi box breakdown. Volume's low though, but don't matter. Oh, that one, nothing's there. Ugh. What a collapse. Look at this one. TMDX, total collapse. I bought it here back in June. I should have sold right here because that's a shooter bar. But it didn't turn color, so I didn't. And then splat. And then I sold it here, and then I tried it again here and got my ass kicked real fast. So leave it alone and look what happens. It's dropped from 100 down to 40. It's lost 60% in how many weeks? 12 weeks. Stock has lost 60% in 12 weeks. Isn't that incredible? That's an avoid. Nothing there. Okay, that's it. The end of that list, and we're almost done. And then we'll get into the bonus. This is list 6, which is just stuff I'm watching. ANET, not bad, just going sideways. Still looking kind of bullish. Yellow bar buy signal, and then not an easy one, but that's one to keep an eye on. Sideways for the moment. Keep an eye on that. Sideways. Sideways. Yeah, nothing too awful. Nothing too good or awful here. This one, Berkshire. Inside weak bar. Unfortunately, with a bearish resolution to the downside. That reflects the American economy a lot, so that tells you right there that the U.S. isn't doing so good all of a sudden. Coin. You know, it's interesting. If you remember from the beginning, I talked about how crypto is the only bullish thing on the board. Well, coin doesn't look bullish at all. We've got an inside week here, so we'll place our, you know what to do. Place our alerts. And by the way, I have tons of alerts. I got alerts all over the place. When the market makes a big move, my phone could blow up with alerts. But you got to set that stuff in advance so you know what's going on. But coin doesn't look all that bullish, even though crypto's bullish. Isn't that interesting? CVNA, pulling back. It's at my moving average, but it's got no signals. Nothing to indicate that we should do anything. The only possible thing is the Bollinger Band is moving up. So maybe it's gonna come into this zone between 24 and 31. And then something will happen, maybe. Something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But no signals here. Volume is low, but again, we wait for a signal to happen. We're not going to buy or trade without a signal. CDX, nothing really happening here. Sideways. Nope. Nothing. Well, headed, pointing lower. I on Q. I made good money on this one, but very difficult. There's a lot of bulls in it, but the chart doesn't show it. Wait until it does. Sideways, 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 sideways. Sideways, whoopsie, sideways to down. Sideways to down. Ooh, look at that. Now, everybody loved NVIDIA a month ago. In here, in August, September. Well, it was a top. Failed breakout. There was this signal right here, but it didn't stick. It only lasted a couple weeks. And now it's hard to tell what it's going to do. But the important thing to note is there are no signals here. And when there's no signals, we don't do anything. Nothing here. PLTR, I sold this last week. Made a little bit of money. But it went up, tried to do the breakout, and I came right back down. There isn't any big red volume, but it's just a crap market. So we'll just watch it and see if there's a signal. Nothing there. Well, nothing here, although any crazy bulls who are buying this got fire sacked into here. Shooter bar. And what do we do with a shooter bar? We prepared and possibly bet against it. And look at that. Anybody who shorted it is doing quite nicely on that one. Excellent start. Nothing there. Nothing. 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 And that's it for list 6. So those are all the stocks at the moment. And now we'll get into the bonus S&P stuff. But as you can see, the market's really bearish. There's tons of box breakdowns. The only box breakouts are in crypto. So, you know, it's pretty obvious to see what's going on. And why, if you're following people out there who are talking bullish trades, just unfollow them. They don't know what they're doing. All right, let's get into this stuff. One thing I want to show you, NAM. Look at this NAM number. Is this crazy? 66 after the week we just had? What, are they on crack? Went from 45 to 66. Meanwhile, prices were getting punked. So I don't understand that. All right, here's the bonus. So the latest S&P 500 estimates as of October 18th. Got the latest numbers here. The prior estimates were these ones. Now, it makes sense to me that the market went down because, as we see here, near-term estimates went up. Well, this one did. It jumped to 53.12. But what happened also, these ones here went down and got sliced downward. So our outlook, actually, even though it might increase here in the near term, the outlook got worse. And I'll show you. So our average growth rate, 15.5%. If we put these numbers back over, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. We went from 16.9, almost 17% growth, and we lost about 1.5% future growth due to a relatively minor estimate revision. Well, you think the market noticed that? I think they did. Because here, let's flip back to the screen. This is what happened on this revision. Instead of moving up, it sold down hard on that because the future is worse. And now the market has to make up its mind about how to value that. Is this a good value? Now, right now, 6 months ahead from where we're at, the market is trading about roughly an 18 forward PE and a 20 trailing PE. Not super rich, but not low enough where I'd consider it to be a wonderful value either. With a 15% growth at an 18 to 20 PE, yeah, it's a little high. I think I'd like to see it a bit more. So let's do, what if we went to 4,200? 18 to 20. My target is roughly, for end of the year, 4,000. Now that makes us a bit more reasonable. 17.5 to 19 PE for a 15.5% growth rate. That's probably about right. So if we switch down to here, that puts us right about here. Here, I'll move this over. Now, does this seem pretty reasonable based on those estimates? Into December? Oh, like right about here? That looks pretty reasonable, huh? So I revised my target on my pinned tweet to 4,000 a couple weeks ago, and now it looks like it's coming a little closer to being true. So we'll back that up to here. We'll resave it. And so that's the bonus S&P review. Last week I said that there was going to be a chance of a bump. It was right for about a day. And now these new numbers came in, and nope, now it's going the opposite way. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. And this is where we're likely headed, unless the forecasts go up. But at the moment, the forecasts are calling for slowing growth and flattening growth. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little extra bonus. And the message of the market is pretty clear right now. So have a good week and don't lose money. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, bye.